Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to another episode of Slice of Shonen. I am your host, The Cloudy Crow, and today we will be reacting to Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, episode 16. So, we're going to be jumping right into this, wasting no time at all. I have a bunch of episodes that I want to react to, so let's just dive right into this. If you guys are excited for the episode, make sure to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe while you're down there, and don't forget, over on Patreon, there are a bunch of bonuses. If you join the $2 tier, then you get access to all my uncut reactions. And if you join the $5 tier, then you get to see next week's episode, episode 17, 1 week ahead of everybody else on YouTube. But with that out of the way, let's get into this. So we're continuing right from where we left off with... Oh god, what is he taking her heart out? Well, I guess she is like half homunculus, so maybe it's a special heart or something. Who? Shinji. Get this man out of here, dude. All my homies hate Shinji. Look at, I hate how cocky he is. Even though he hasn't done anything, man. He's just talking. In a way, if you think about it, if it wasn't for him, Ilya and Hercules would probably still be alive. Now, eventually, they probably would have had to die, because only one person can win the Grail War. Wait, so I'm guessing they still don't know that Rin lost her servant too. They know that Shiro did. A vessel for what? She is not joining you, idiot. Didn't you already ask her? What changed? You're still a clone. There we go. A flunky. It will spoil. What the heck does that mean? What is he gonna use it for? Ah, shut it, Shinji. You know what's the saddest part about all of this? Is that, you know, they're kinda like brother and sister in a sense. And, you know, they never really got to speak to each other one-on-one. Oh my god. Look at his face. Me personally, I think you can have a balance of both. You know, at times when you put yourself first, at times where you put others first. I don't think it has to be so black and white. Ooh. Taken from you in exchange for being saved. Is she saying, like, you know, maybe he might have lost his family in that fire in exchange for getting saved? Because, I mean, in a sense, Kiritsugu was able to save him, but he wouldn't have been in danger in the first place if it wasn't for him. Oh my god. I can't, man. I can't imagine going through that. Just seeing so many people, everybody around you, burning, dying, begging for you to help them, and, you know, you being so young, not having the power to help them. And just walking past them. That's a good point, though. I don't really disagree with either of them here. That's a good point. If you live your life with everyone else's best interest in mind, then, you know, you're gonna be neglecting your own. Man. Yeah, I see where he's coming from. I feel that. Yeah, you've got Rin by your side now. If you ever go too far, stray down the wrong path, you got her to knock some sense into you. Or drag you out of there. This is cool, man. I ship them, dude. I'm sorry, Sakura, but Rin clears. Seeker of eternal youth. That is true. He's so powerful, it's almost unfair. She sounds like a gamer right there. Yeah. His weapons are crazy, man, and the fact that he has like an unlimited number of them. Wait, that's a good point! Okay, hold on. I gotta pause here, because that's such a good point that I never really thought of. Because Gilgamesh, he was technically the first, like, myth, right? The Epic of Gilgamesh, I believe it was the oldest recorded story or myth that was written way back in Mesopotamia or Babylon, whatever it was. And so, since he's the original myth, all of these other myths that came after him did, in a sense, kind of originate from him. And he does have, like they said, he was indulged in every luxury. Many of those luxuries were probably like, you know, powerful relics and weapons and all of these things. So I wouldn't be surprised if like half of the weapons he's throwing at people are noble phantasms. That also explains why he's as powerful as he is, because he's like the original. He was the first. He has the origin of myths. Mm-hmm. It's the arsenal. Yeah. Like, he has multiple noble phantasms because he has noble phantasms within his noble phantasm. Like those chains, the chains of heaven. True, we gotta get rid of Castor, man. I feel like Castor's gonna be like the final boss, because she has so many other servants underneath her. Lancer. What are you doing here? This dude is always just lounging around, watching the action from afar. Look at these two. You get back, I'll handle this. No, you get back, I'll handle this. I agree with Shiro, that would be smart. He goes in close range, you just pick him off from behind. I'm like, is this really the time for this? You're bickering in front of the enemy again. I was just about to get some popcorn. That is true. But why? What's the catch? Something's fishy. An order from his master. So even they know how dangerous she's become. That is true. Can we really trust you? Shiro wouldn't even be here to speak if Rin didn't save his life. This guy, he can talk. He's smooth. Oh? Is he making a move on Rin? Hey Shiro, you just gonna let this slide? Oh? Mm-hmm. No? Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Shiro. You said back off my girl, then we can talk. There we go, Shiro. Hey, you gotta let him know. She's taken. And look at Rin's face. She can't believe what she just heard come out of this man's mouth. Yeah, she's getting flustered again. It's too late for that. Even he knows. He's only known us for like 5 minutes and he knows you're lying. It's time. We gotta stop playing games, Rin. You know how he feels, he knows how you feel. Oh, for sure. He's in for a bumpy ride. I ship them so hard, man. They're perfect. Let's take care of Castor. Oh no. Now even she's pumped up. She's like redirecting her emotions towards Castor. Speaking of. Who's this? Oh, I forgot. This guy. The guy that backstabbed us. Castor's eyes. See, okay. This is another thing I don't understand, man. Because like I said, I've read through and watched a bunch of stuff to learn about Princess Medea, and there's nothing about her eyes. Her eyes aren't special. She doesn't do anything with eyes. She's not like super observant or anything like that. So why does Princess Medea in this anime have the power to basically set up, like, what it sounds like is she's set up invisible cameras all around the church? Like, she basically has the entire church under her surveillance. But that doesn't really connect to Princess Medea in any way, from what I've heard. Or from what I've learned. Yep, you know she's keeping a super close eye on him and Saber. Oh, he came here to chat. Oh, are we getting backstory? I wanted to make that woman's wish come true. Yeah, but there's gotta be something more to it than that. You're not just gonna wish for freedom. What are you gonna do after you get that freedom? She wants to go home. Back to Colchis? I mean, by now there's probably nothing waiting for her there, right? Does she just want to be back in her homeland? Is that it? She misses home after running away for so long? Because she started in Colchis, then she ran to Iolcus, and then she ran to Crete, and then she ran to Athens, and then she just kept running and running and running. Because she's been causing trouble everywhere that she went. And I guess it kind of makes sense for her to want to go home. The only thing is, one, it's probably going to be way different than the place she remembers. Because I don't even think Colchis exists anymore, right? The buildings aren't going to be the same. The people aren't going to be the same. Her family is probably not there because she killed her brother. And I doubt her father had any other kids, so I don't know. Is she just... I'm guessing she's just wanting to be back in her hometown. Back in the place where everything started. Before all the running and the killing and the poisoning. And he wants to help her accomplish that goal. He'll attack at dawn. That sounds like something out of a movie. We strike at dawn. Wow, I've never thought of it that way. So good and bad in his eyes are only determined by, you know, things that you do regret and things that you don't regret. So if you don't regret it, then he doesn't see it as bad. And if you do regret it, then he'd consider that as bad. I've never really thought of that. True. She could summon him at any moment. Oh, wow. So he thinks he can take on the others, but he thinks Archer would cause a problem for him. That's interesting. I don't know why, but I've always felt like Assassin might have been on the weaker end out of everybody. Okay. So she's got a plan. Alright, Rin, let's hope this plan goes better than your last one, because in the last one we lost a whole servant. And not only did we lose a servant, but we ended up giving it to the enemy. He was waiting for us. You see that look on his face? He was like, huh? Lancer? Talk to him. Rotten to the core. Hey, hold on. I'm kind of starting to like Lancer. Not that I really didn't like him earlier, he's always been cool. But I felt kind of indifferent because we haven't seen much from him. Outside of like the first 2 episodes. I'll pull my punches. Dang, that's big talk, man. And the fact that he's willing to do that for Rin. Bring him to his hands and knees and beg for forgiveness. Alright, so Lancer thinks that he has this. But last time they fought, it was really close. Man even said he'll pull his punches. Alright, rematch! Lancer versus Archer Part 2. Let's get into it, man. There really is only one. Wait, hold on. This is the one that Archer returned to me. So, this is so confusing. Because Archer, we saw Archer give her one in the beginning. And then Shiro gave her one later on. And she said that there's only one of them. So, something's not adding up. Did Archer, like, give her a fake? And she used the real one on Shiro? Or maybe, because they kind of implied that Archer, like, had a ton of different weapons, or, like, worked with weapons in the past. So, maybe he can recreate weapons, kind of like how Shiro can. He can use his projection to recreate weapons that he's seen. And maybe that's exactly what Archer can do. He can recreate things that he's seen. And maybe he used projection to recreate the necklace for whatever reason. I don't know why though, because it doesn't work anymore. There's no magic. Retrieved it from there. Dang, that's all we're getting? This is the second time they touched on there being 2 necklaces when we thought that there was one. Dang, man, and then they end the episode. What the heck? That didn't bring me any closer to an actual answer. Because we were already questioning why there were 2 of them when she only used one. But, I mean, I'm sure we'll find out in the future. Let's dive into this. Alright, so right now we're in the middle of the rematch between Archer and Lancer. Let's see who comes out on top. Lancer's pretty confident. But Archer might have a trick up his sleeve that we haven't seen yet. Because we still don't even know his identity. So who knows what his noble phantasm could be. Outside of, I'm guessing the, like, I am the bone of my sword. I'm guessing that's his noble phantasm, but he might have other tricks on top of that. Is she gonna find out the answer here? The fact that he was doing this for her? Dang, what the heck? Where is he? Was he like in the army in the past or something? With no real benefit for doing so. Okay, yeah, so maybe he was in the war, because he says by another's orders. to its rightful place. Okay, I gotta pause here, because at first, like I said, I was a little confused, and I still am. There still are a lot of answers to the questions that I have regarding Princess Medea in this universe, but I really like the take that they're going with this, because the story, or the tragedy of Medea, it doesn't really have an ending to it. I think the last thing that happens is, like, she, like, cures some sort of famine in a city, and then her name gets spread throughout the lands. Zeus catches wind of her reputation, tries to make a move on her, and she rejects him. And in exchange for rejecting him, Hera ends up blessing her kids with immortality. But I believe that's the last thing that I've ever read through all the different sources I could find about her story. It doesn't go any further than that. So I like how they're taking this route of, like, you know, what happens after. And according to fate, after that, she died, became a heroic spirit, and after running away for so much of her life, she just wants to go back home. That's her ultimate goal. She wants to just go back home and maybe kind of leave her past behind and just move on. I don't know. Find some sort of closure in her life. I'm with it. I like it. It kind of makes you sympathetic towards Princess Medea, which you kind of are at first, because everything she's doing is because she got betrayed or backstabbed. But then once she starts getting into the crazy killings and poisonings and manipulating, then you start to feel a little less sympathetic. But with what they're doing here, it makes you really feel for her, which I kind of like. The dark sword bears its fangs. So my guess is she's gonna 1v1 Caster and he's gonna 1v1 the Kuzuki sensei? Can they handle them? We saw how the last fight against these guys went. Oh, it's the eyes, isn't it? She knows that we're here. Yep, she knows. Like I said, she had this place on lockdown, surveillance mode. I think actually the only reason they made it out was because Archer asked for her to let them go. She knows about Lancer too. I like that analogy. You have fewer pawns on the board. This is kind of like two pawns going up against a king and a queen in chess terms. Like she's hitting her in her fashion sense. That's low, Rin. That's low. Dang, and she can throw punches back too. Round 3. Surely we'll win this one. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I think Rin is underestimating her. Because so far, I don't think, out of any of the magics we've seen, I don't think she can take out casters. She might be able to trick her, but I don't think she can defeat her. Alright, Shiro's ready to brawl. And he was actually going toe-to-toe with this guy for a little bit, until he wore himself out. How long we can hold out until something happens. Maybe Lancer can come and save us. Maybe Saber might break out of her chains or something, who knows. Meanwhile, back in the real fight we want to see. Lancer and Archer. Ooh! Dude, wait, hold on. That's so cool, and I wonder if anyone else has noticed this. But what Lancer did right there, where he jumped in the air and slammed his spear down, that's the same exact move that Archer used against him in their first fight, where he jumped in the air and slammed his sword down and like pushed him into the ground. That's such a cool callback. I love this. This is so sick. The sound effects are so good too. I had to go easy on you last time. What? Wait, so maybe he actually can beat him. And that command spell's not there this time. Nah, man. Ah, this is beautiful. This is everything I wanted out of this fight. And another thing we have to think about, Lancer didn't even get to use his noble phantasm on him last time because he was distracted by Shiro. I have faith in him now. I think he can actually do it. Dang. Hit him in his warrior's pride. And he said, I don't have any pride. Dude, Archer comes off as like someone that's given up. Like I know they kind of touched on this earlier. I think Rin touched on it a little bit. But he sounds like someone that's given up. Someone that used to be like Lancer, where he was very prideful and he was like your, classic warrior, very noble. But it seems as though he's given up on all of that. And now he's like, you're a fool for believing those things. Like, you really care about such petty things like pride and all of these things. It's interesting, because it's kind of like, before versus after, where Lancer is still, the passionate young warrior, and he's kind of like the old veteran that sees his old warrior self as a fool. This is interesting. Oh no, you didn't like that. See, look, cast it aside while you still can, or else you'll end up like me, basically, is what he's saying. Oh, I like that stance! He looks like he's about to, like, zoom! Yep, reverses cause and effect. Oh, he has a different use for it this time. That stance is terrifying, though. Oh, he's gonna use it like a javelin, isn't he? Gae Bolg. Anti-army noble phantasm. And isn't Excalibur like anti-fortress or something? He's gonna take you head on. With what? Oh, you see that look in his face? It reminds me of like a young Naruto when he went into Nine Tails. With the, like, slits in his eyes. He is the bone. This is new. What? Where has he been hiding this? Dang. You got two more, buddy. Hope they can hold. Trojan War's greatest heroes throws. I don't know. Yep, I think it might be wraps for Archer, dude. Sad to see him go so soon, man. We didn't even find out his identity. Gungnir? How does he know Gungnir? What does he know about Gungnir? Isn't that, that's Odin's spear, isn't it? Okay, get out of here. Get out of here with that. I've never seen a single bowman with a shield. Lancer, he said he was gonna beat him, and he really did. Oh? So this was his plan? To get her eyes off of him, but why? Kinda scummy, but like I said before, I knew he had some sort of plan when he joined her, and now that her eyes are off of him, I think now is when he's gonna enact whatever plan he had. But, I mean, he's not really in the condition to do much. Yep, like swords on the fly. Can't be too durable. No? I hope that's Caster's blood. Please tell me that's Caster's blood and not Rin's. What? Or maybe nothing happened. Or maybe did we go back in time? Like they showed us that scene and now we're gonna see Rin's side leading up to that? But my guess is Caster goes for an attack and she like dives in front of it last second to protect Shiro. There it is, to protect Shiro. Yep. So does she run out and then that's when she needs to use herself to protect him maybe? What is this, German? Looks like German. It has to be. It has to be. What is this? That's new? Dang. They didn't even do anything. Oh my god. Please tell me that wasn't your whole plan. There's no way. I believe in Rin. I don't think she's dumb enough to just use those rocks to take her down. I believe. Let's see. Oh! Here we go, Rin! Flashbang? Okay. Into. Okay. Ooh! Clever! She knows she can't beat her in magic, but she can beat her in hands. Especially with those magically enhanced hands. Just like the other dude back there, Kuzuki. Ooh, okay, leg sweep? Ooh, okay, does she have some martial arts training? She's kind of tough. She's got some finesse with it too. Ah, but I think this guy has her beat. Yeah, Shiro, just relax, Shiro. You're not getting up anytime soon. Interesting. So he's saying it only would have taken him 4 strikes to finish her off. Archer? What? Oh, and we see her eyes for the first time. Hold on. Before we get into this, dude. Dude. I don't know, man. Dude, I have a theory in my head right now, but I'm gonna feel like such an idiot if I'm wrong. So, dude, oh my gosh. Okay. This is, like, now that he's said this, my brain, it feels like it just clicked. Like, some things are making sense. This might be a wild theory, but hear me out. Ah, man, I have so many. I'm just gonna name 3. I think either 1, he can copy magics that other people can use. 2, he created the magic. Or 3, and this is a wild one. This is like, I feel like I'm jumping the gun. There's no way this series would do this. I think he might have some connection to Shiro. I think he might have some connection to Shiro. I don't know what it'd be. Maybe it's like an ancestor of Shiro's, and he's died, become a hero, and now Shiro is, I guess, like his reincarnation or something. But I feel like there might be a connection there. That'd be really cool. Because now that I think about it, if you look at their hair, it's different colors, but it's the same style. You look at their face, and they have like the same eyebrows with that, like, it starts off thick and then it has like that thin sort of lightning bolt at the end. I think they might be related. Like, he might be his great-great-great-great-grandfather or something. Because we don't know anything about Shiro's family, so maybe they used to be mages. Or something. Or maybe they were mages, but he was too young and he never got to learn magic. And here we see Caster's face for the first time. Why is she an elf, though? Dang, I'm not gonna lie, she is beautiful. I had finally found my wish. So her wish maybe wasn't to go back home. Maybe it was to find love again. Wow. My wish has already been granted. Dang. That was cool. That was cool. I feel like I still have a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to, like, you know, what was the inspiration behind Rule Breaker and why give that to Princess Medea? Also, this magic when it comes to summoning the skeletons and her having eyes all over the place to be able to see everyone, none of that comes from the actual story, so I wonder why they chose to add that to her. But, like, look at their eyebrows! Look at their eyebrows, dude! They are the same, and I think they're the only characters that have that. Oh, then again, now that I look at it, their hair is a little different. Shiro's hangs down and his is kind of slicked back. But they're both short and spiky. Mm-hmm. That's fair. It's a good a reason as any. He started it, what's he gonna do? Just walk away and go back to a life of nothing? Oh! Ooh! Yeah. Yeah. I think you know what? I think he would have stood a better chance, but he didn't have that magic anymore around his hands that Caster gave him, so he just sliced through his hand like butter, man. Can't be mad at it. Oh, wait! Okay, dude. Oh my gosh, what? What is gonna happen now? I just thought about it because... So, whenever a servant is summoned to the Holy Grail War, they're only able to remain on Earth so long as they maintain that connection with their master. Because they need mana to basically exist in this world. I believe they already exist in another dimension, and a part of them comes to this world when they're summoned, but the only way they can exist here is if they have mana, like a mana battery, like a human, a master as a mana battery to keep them here. But Caster's gone now. So our Shiro, that means Shiro, not Shiro, that means that Saber, Archer, and Assassin are they're gonna disappear, right? Because they don't have any mana to keep them here. So I feel like there's gonna be a bitter end to this. Ooh! He tried to take her out. He tried to take out the competition. This man is really trying to win the Holy Grail War. Or maybe he was aiming for Shiro. Because Saber did kind of dive and push him out of the way. I guess it wasn't really clear who he was aiming for. He wants to kill Shiro. With my own two hands. Hold on. This is key information right here. This is the only desire a man reduced to a guardian, have. It's to kill Shiro. So why would he want to kill Shiro? Also, look at the eyebrows. The eyebrows, man. But why would he want to kill Shiro? Maybe is he like his ancestor and he knows... well, I don't even know, man. I can't think of why he'd want to kill Shiro. But it has to be something, for some reason, that's outside of this Holy Grail War. Because I doubt within the short amount of time he's been here with Shiro, he'd dedicate everything to killing him after just meeting the guy. It has to be for some reason that exists outside of the Grail War before he physically met Shiro. So maybe he's an ancestor and I don't know, he doesn't like Shiro. Maybe he's trying to stop Shiro for whatever reason. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sure it has to do with his identity. 100%. But anyways, what a crazy episode, by the way. But anyways, we're going to keep this train rolling, roll right into the next episode. So thank you all so much for watching this far into the video, and I will catch you all in the next one.